Before we start today's show, today we want to give a big shout out to Buzz TV. Man, Buzz TV has some really good devices, man. Like this last year, they've come up with some good stuff, and this new year, I'm excited to see what they got.
Yo, it's going to be straight fire. Some devices and features, because I don't want to say one or the other. With Buzz TV, it's hand in hand. They've dropped some fire devices and some amazing features that are always taking things to the next level. We also have been in talks with Omni Labs Robotics, bringing their telecommunication devices and robots to the next level, bringing everybody closer together.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys, their telepresence that you get is very cool. If you guys don't know what telepresence is having pretty much a robot in front of you where you are remoted somewhere else, and it's like you're there physically, but not really physically. You're there through the robot. It's very cool. Make sure you guys check them out in the description below. Make sure you guys do check out that link. And also, there's this other one that we were playing with, which is very similar to Wolf Launcher, called FCD Box. People are they've been looking for different launchers. They've been looking to see what is out there and available.
You know, it's fully customizable. You can change everything from the icons to the background, not even locally. You can do it remotely as well. So it brings a whole another level of customization to your devices. If you are helping, your families and friends set them up, you're going to want to check this out and see if it's going to be able to help you, your family, your friends, all of you guys get on the next level with all the launchers on the different devices. Talking about devices and streaming and all that stuff, you also want to make sure that no matter what you do online, you stay protected. There's so many VPN services out there. We talk about it all the time. Make sure that you guys try them out. You check them out, see which ones work best for you.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys do check out those VPNs. We do have a couple of them that we recommend in the description below. So make sure you guys do get those. Just get protected, guys. So don't forget to check out the description below for all of these guys that we have shouted out today.
No matter where you guys are listening, watching, whatever from, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, that like, drop us a comment, and the reviews actually help us a great deal. If you're looking to do anything for us in this year coming and beyond, the reviews help other viewers like yourself find this podcast and enjoy it as well. So thank you guys. And with all that being said, let's start the show.
And we're back with another boom. Hold on. There we go. I gotta start using my Rodecaster. Like I got all these like cool sounds. I just never use it.
You gotta use them, man. Speaking of sounds, look at you.
I guess speaking of sounds, I gotta do your most favorite one because it is the next level.
The next level.
All right. Okay, cool. So, we just finished CES, and like this year 2021 has started off with a bang. And I mean a bang, with like audio, headphones, earbuds, neck buds,
bone buds. There's ones that go off your bone in your head, like
bone bugs, dude. Hearing aid buds. I'm like, what? Now we're babies. We're little babies on the audio market.
A total of one audio review on my channel. So
so we gotta bring some help in. Who do we got today?
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Hell yeah. We got El Jefe in the house. What's up, brother?
Chilling, man. How you guys doing?
We are here. It's windy as hell where I'm at right now. I don't know about you guys in the north, but us in the south are freezing.
North.
Nah, man.
We the north.
Well, Northern California. So And then, of
That's-
course, we got digital slang. What is up, man?
Going on, man? What's going on, fellas?
Hey, big shout out, dude. Your channel has been booming, man. You've been getting some. I know you're on the verge. Your video was there. We're like, whoa, hell yeah, dude.
Thanks. I got lucky, man. Just luck.
Yep.
Hey, man.
Hey, right place, right time, baby. That's all.
Yeah,
that
I'll
matters.
take it. I'll
It's
take
all
it.
that matters. All that matters. Anybody listening out there, make sure you guys do check out El Jefe Reviews, Digital Slang. We're going to make sure we leave their information. They have their own YouTube channels. They do audio stuff. And I'm telling you, I've learned a lot watching these guys.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about 2021 with when it comes to headphones, man. I honestly, there's been some good stuff already that has come out.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's been wild, man. It's a wild ride, and anybody who's doing this, I know. Slang knows exactly what I'm talking about. That it's like I was saying it back in 2019 that we were about to get hit with a tidal wave of headphones and earbuds, and it only slowed down just a trickle, a little bit during 2020 over COVID, but now it's coming back full force, and we got so much stuff coming right now. It's not even funny. So now we really got to get choosy, because there's only like, unless Slang's about to hire a team of people, it's like, for me, man, I can't do it. It's just too much. So I have to like really pick and choose, because now it's just like, if it isn't something that I know is going to hit, or, because everything sounds good on paper right now.
Yeah.
But if it's not something that I know is going to bring something different to the table, I got to like just let it pass, because I gotta bring out something that's going to be special, if anything.
It's crazy. Speaking about things that are hitting, what was that last video that you did that got over 150,000 views? Was that on the Samsung Buds too?
Yeah, that was on the Buds as well. Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah, not because Slang got the first video out, and thankfully that one got picked up by The Verge and a bunch of different websites. So man, huge shout out. So that took your channel, man, over 10K, baby. So yeah, man. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's that same thing I did last year with or was it the year before? It was with the Galaxy Buds, the original ones, and I got a video out really early, and then I dropped the second video, and that pushed my channel from like 8K to like 12K in a matter of like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it got me over that hump. So but yeah, no, man, I mean, we did this one. That was a record for me too, putting out this video and then have it take off the way it did, because I didn't think, I was like, no, Slang got all the traffic. I mean, I think this video will do okay. I don't think it's going to do, I didn't think it was going to do what it did. I didn't think it was going to go like,
oh, your video shut mine down, bro.
I was like, what the
heck,
dude?
Yes.
So yeah, but it's the same thing for like all of us now, because now that all the big boys drop their videos, the traffic on mine's cut in half.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
But it's exactly what you're saying, though. It's like there are videos that are going to be bangers by name, but then there's so many other products out there. Like we're talking about, Soundcore is dropping fire after fire.
Yeah.
Is the hype real when it comes to the new Samsung Buds?
Yeah.
Like they're pulling the traffic, but is the hype real, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like there's so much interesting stuff to get into when it talks about audio. I'm excited. I'm trying to transition for the first time from over the ear to in ear, and I haven't found that right one to really move me into it yet. So I'm excited to be in 2021, because I think that I'm going to land something that I really like this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there's so many different ones, so many different styles. There's so many different flavors of sound. That it's like Baskin Robbins out here, man. Or it's like my guy LB's popcorn with his 250 flavors.
Yeah.
There's so many different flavors of sound that you're gonna find stuff that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm really into this. But then you'll hear something totally different. And you're like, I didn't think I was gonna like that, but I do like that. So it's like you'll see so much, and even then you'll start even getting more nuanced. You're like, if I want to listen to this kind of music today, I'm gonna put on these headphones or earbuds. Or if I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna put on these headphones or earbuds. So you start really kind of getting a little more nuanced with it. But there's so many options that it's like, I don't know, man. It's kind of a good time to for audio right now, I'd say.
It's a great time, and it's basically a gold mine, right? Because you have your big players, right? Earbuds that are 200, 250. You know what you're getting with those. They're going to be good. But then you have earbuds that are $60, $70 that are killing it.
Yep.
Killing it. Those are the ones I'm interested
in. Oh, yeah, earphone's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a top four. I got Earfun, Soundpeats, Soundcore, a little more pricey with Soundcore, and then Phil. Those four, man, killing it.
But even when we look at like one more is claiming to be an AirPod killer at under $100. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So they I mean they make a lot of claims, and some of the stuff is really good, some of it's okay. But it just depends on the product, because as much as I love One More, we've had a very good relationship. Sometimes it's, like I said, it's hit or miss. So sometimes it's really, really good. And for the most part, I will say this though, the sound quality, for the most part, 99% of the time, the sound quality is on point.
Right.
So that's one thing that they definitely nail. Sometimes it's the execution, sometimes it's the features, sometimes it's the controls. So it'll be something else that kind of doesn't like work. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I know for sure I've learned a lot from watching your videos, and all of your videos. When you talk about in-ear earbuds, it's always about make sure that you have the right fit, because that changes everything, right? So you could have a pair of buds that are crystal clear, but if you don't have that right fit, you're not going to get that thump, you're not going to get that volume, you're not going to get that active noise cancellation proper. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure you go through all of these buds that they give you, all of the tips, everything, to make sure that, is it you or is it the fit?
Well, see, the other thing too is sometimes it's not all about the thump. One of the hearing, they're literally hearing aids. They're earbuds from Nuhira. For me, I didn't even know what I got. I'm like, cool, earbuds. Let's test them out, And I saw the thing where it's like, oh, you could download this app and do this and do that, and I'm just like, let me just listen to music. So I pulled them out, put them in, and they instantly turned on. And I'm just like, why are they on? I'm like, I haven't connected them to anything. I'm like, this is weird. And I started to hear like the S's and like more of the treble of my voice clear, like really clear. And I'm just like, I look at the box and I start looking at the pamphlet and I'm just like, wait a minute. These are hearing aids. Like, what the hell? I'm like, okay. So I started to follow the steps. And I normally what I do is I hit record, first impression. That's what you're getting. Like, that's legit what you're getting. I actually had to stop recording and read it a little bit to be like, okay, what do I have? I'm like, I don't even know what I got here. So I'm reading it, I'm looking into it, and I'm just like, okay, I think I have enough information to know what I'm doing. So then I hit record again, and I started to get into getting the app, getting it all set up, setting up the levels, and I was just recording it just as I was doing it. And the one thing the one thing I kept saying is, I'm missing the bass. I'm missing the thump. But these buds are not for that. They're not for the bass. They're not for you to put them on and be like, hell yeah, listen to some old Snoop or Dre, or like, no, you can't expect to be like, I'm going to put some cool, you can't do that. And it was really crazy because me being in the military, I'm used to the explosion sounds, and I know I've lost some of my hearing. I could hear pretty good, but the wife constantly tells me, can you turn it down a little bit? And I'm like, you need to calm down, grandma. Like, come on. And no, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll turn it down a little bit. And she's like, it's still too loud. I'm like, I just turned it down. So I left these suckers on and I went downstairs and I'm actually turning it down. And she's just like, hey, why are you turning it down so low? I'm like, it's loud. I'm like, sorry. And she's like, no, it's not. She's like, it was actually just good. I'm like, no, it was kind of loud. And then she's like, what do you have in your ear?
Moral of the story, Rojas needs hearing aids.
I'm about to turn 40 in a couple months, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes you got to watch out with them, but I haven't had a chance to try out the Nuhira ones. I know at some point they're supposed to send them over. But even then, like, it's kind of cool because that's something that I always thought was more useful day to day on earbuds or headphones was a transparency mode. And like one of the cool things about Samsung, they did it with the Pro, they did it with the Buds Plus as well, where you have a volume adjustment for it, so you can really turn it up. And then they have that like max setting, and everything gets really extra robotic, but you can really hear like every little. I swear, if there was like a mouse running across the room, you'd be able to hear it, because it's like, why is it everything is so loud? You're like,
it's almost too much.
It is, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to watch out because a car. I live on a racetrack, and cars like to just fly by my house. So one happened to go by when I was testing it, and I had to like rip it out of my ear. I was like, ah, so so you got to watch out with that. But it's nice having that ability, especially for people who may be harder of hearing. It can give them more situational awareness if they need it. So it's cool. That's a feature that I hope we see more, especially on headphones. Like we see it more on earbuds than we do on headphones, and to me that just doesn't make any sense, because it's like, yo, we have all this extra space. You're going to sit here and tell me that if we can put this on $40 earbuds, you can't put this on $100 headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have a pair of over the ear that has some pretty decent, if you push this button here, it actually amplifies everything that's going around in my surroundings. So
yeah,
I've been using these and they're pretty nice with that. So
nice.
You got to get you some new headphones though. You've been using those for a long time.
Yeah, but you know what? They're nice. I enjoy them. I tried to go to the in-ear. I gave it a chance. I wore it for a couple days. It just, I couldn't get, I wanted that volume. I wanted that thump. So I'm going to keep trying a couple different things and we'll see where we go.
Nice.
These are, so Next Level keeps saying that we need to get some headsets for the podcast. And I'm just like, man, I just did this like massive giveaway recently and I gave a grip ton of stuff. I found these in a box and I'm just like, oh, these are like some really good ones that I used to use for the gym like 5 years ago. I don't know if you've ever heard of these Nakamichi.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, they used to do, they were like household amplifiers, like old school legit stereo.
Yeah.
And they used to do car audio too.
Yeah. And I'm just like, let me just put these on. I'm like, man, they don't fit my big old ears. I'm like, dang it. And so now I'm in the market. So I need some help to get some good, decent headphones for this. And not just this, like a lot of these cell phones nowadays don't have jacks anymore. It's gotta be blue. I need it for both. One's gotta be jack, but also Bluetooth compatible.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there's a lot of options out there.
A ton of options. Yeah.
I know that, well, you were just talking about not having jacks and being Bluetooth and whatever, but I've watched quite a few of El Jefe's videos, and he's always like, okay, if I'm trying to game, not every single bud or wireless headphone is going to have that ultra low latency. And that's what you're looking at, right? Because you need to have that ultra low latency if you fire off a gun and you hear that shot or someone's coming up behind you or what's going on. So I'm always interested when you talk about your ultra low latency in your buds, because I'm like, if you spend, $100, $200, $300, maybe even more on a pair of headphones, you want it to be well-rounded in everything you do.
Yeah.
At least I do. I don't necessarily have money to drop into like 5 different headphones for 5 different things.
Yeah. Yeah, but you'd be surprised at how many companies don't take that seriously. And that's kind of why we test it. Like, I don't do the scientific tests like some of the other guys out here that are doing that stuff. I'm playing it by ear because I do play like Call of Duty on mobile to really test that stuff out. And I can hear it. Like I can watch and hear the difference when I fire a gun and it's not there. And low latency mode is something you rarely see on headphones. It's something, yeah. So when I tell people, like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the XM4, I'm like, you better wire them up to your phone if you're going to be playing mobile, because you're going to get latency. Like, I'm sorry, even though they're 400 or whatever it is, they don't have that. They just don't. So that's something you definitely got to watch out for. So
really quickly, I think this is a great opportunity. We talked a little bit about, like, on our own channels, Rojas and myself, what is latency when it comes to, your network connection, when it comes to Wi-Fi and that stuff. But what is low latency when it comes to headphones?
I don't know what it is on a number wise. I think it was like 0.04 or 0.004 milliseconds, something like level, that.
For the average person to understand, what is low latency mode when you're looking at a headphone?
Oh, it's mostly just where the delay between, like, if you're watching a video, it's the delay between somebody speaking and you seeing it and you actually hearing it. So it'll, instead of it sounding like an old kung fu flick where their mouth is moving, but the sound is coming later, you don't want any of that. So and then for gaming, it becomes more pronounced, especially if it's competitive gaming. It gets worse. Like if you're just playing stuff like Asphalt or like whatever, like casual games, it's like really not a big deal because that's normally how I do it. But when I start playing like something like Call of Duty, then you can really notice it, like PUBG or Fortnite. You can really notice that stuff. And if you're competitive, then you want to make sure you buy something that has it. The only bad part is some of the buds are locking their low latency to their own ecosystem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, I got one. I'm on my PS5 And my nephews love to freaking play Fortnite all the time. So now I love playing Fortnite all the time because of them. So I'm blaming them. But the PS5 has this mode that you could go Dolby or DTS. I have Sonos speakers. So it's not like I have cheapos. I got some real, I guess I got a good entertainment system.
Yeah.
When I turn on the PS5, I put it on that mode for my audio to use that. I open up Fortnite. I'm hitting the trigger to shoot, and then there is a definite delay. Like I have to turn off the surround sound. It sucks because like I'll close my, and I've done this before. I'm like, let me just close my eyes and not even focus on the shooting and what I'm looking at, how I'm like, none of that. Let me just hit a bunch of buttons and see what happens, you know? So yeah. and it's crazy because I could hear it all around the room. And it even above and below me, like the way the sound hit was just incredible. The only problem is that, I even tried it with the PS5's new 3D sound headsets.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. It's the same lag, and I'm just like, at that point, is it? I guess the question is now: am I waiting for PlayStation to fix that lag, or am I just screwed at this point?
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know exactly what the headset for PlayStation, what they're using. I'm assuming it's using Bluetooth, but I'm not 100% on it. It does have a dongle, so maybe it's running on radio frequency, but I'm not sure. But that processing, of it having to process it into that 3D audio kind of thing could be what's causing that problem. But yeah, I mean, it's something that is noticeable because I know I did notice it. But I noticed it when I was running a Bluetooth soundbar on the TV, and it was worse. Like the latency was worse. So, but I normally don't. Like it was just a test that I want to see how does the Bluetooth work with this TV that I'm testing out. And I was like, all right, I normally don't use soundbars. So now I use it's actually wired in. I use bookshelves on the TV. So there's no delay at all because it's analog, like it's straight in. So, but that's something that can be an issue for people, at least for competitive gaming. For everything else, it wasn't a problem. Like when I was playing like Spider-Man, it's like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's why you need an Xbox.
I know, right? Yeah. So now I got both. I just can't play. I just don't have time to play them, man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Headphone-wise, what are you guys using, both of you, for gaming right now? I know that El Jefe said that he's doing some on his cell phone. Do you also game on your TV? Do you PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, the Xbox, I don't have a bunch of games on it yet. I mean, I basically just downloaded my existing games like Red Dead and Forza 7. So I'm just waiting for some new games to hit that. On the PlayStation, I've just been playing Cyberpunk. Mostly that's what I've been kind of playing on the late night the last few weeks. I can say for the past week, I haven't had a crash. So that's very good. Yes. So for 1 week straight, I've been cool. But yeah, that's mostly what I've been playing. And then when I play on the PC, it would be stuff like either Assassin's Creed or like I would play Star Trek Online a lot.
Oh, Star Trek.
How is that game?
So Star Trek Online is a grind, man. So it's cool. Like if you're a Star Trek person, then it's awesome for that, for the lore, but it can be a grind because you have to like grind up, go through missions, you have to level up so you can get better ships, and it's just
exciting.
There's some confusing things. They use like 8 different types of currency, which is a real like, what are you guys doing? So it's to make it like an immersive experience, but it's just like they were just making different currencies for the sake of making different currencies, and it just gives me a headache.
Yeah, that sounds like
yeah. So, but aside from that, I mean, that's what I usually do. Xbox a little bit if I want to play some racing games right now, because I don't have a bunch of games, but mostly just been on the PS5 lately.
But what are you using for your headphones when you're playing those ones? Do you have a specific headphones that you use for those?
Well, if I'm on the PC, I'm using either these right here, the Sennheisers, or my Firesticks. But on the PS5, if I have to wear headphones, I use the Sony ones that come with it. But for the most part, I rarely wear headphones when playing games. Like I'll play with speakers on and just kind of be in the room with it.
Right. What about yourself, Digi?
I'm playing Xbox Series X. I don't have a PlayStation, unfortunately. But Warzone, I mean, Call of Duty probably every weekend. Madden, hockey. I have, what else did I just download? The new Call of Duty I downloaded last night. And again, I don't play a lot. I don't have a lot of time to play. But when I do, it's usually late night, Warzone. and then sometimes some sports games, hockey.
And what are you rocking with your headphones if you had to? If you had to pick for your Xbox, what would you rock?
I'm actually using the Pandas for my headset.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, and it
And
works.
how do you find out with the latency?
I haven't noticed any, but I mean, I play Warzone. That's as hard as I'm going on an Xbox,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's been fine.
That's cool. Well, if you're looking for a PS5, I have an extra one.
Nice.
Oh, I'm looking. I've been looking since launch.
Dude, my brother-in-law was just like, "Hey, if you ever get an extra PS5, let me know." I was just like, "Dude, I'll hunt one for you if you need me to." And he's like, "Please, please." I was like, "Okay." So I was keeping an eye on now in stock, and one dropped in GameStop, and it said, that it was going to be live any minute now. So I went there. It was literally like, "Oh, let me go in here. Nothing. Let me keep doing what I'm doing." Go back, hit refresh, and it literally said in stock. And I was so fast. I'm like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, did I get it? And then I get an email. You just got your PlayStation 5. No, I'm calling my brother-in-law. I got it. He's like, yeah, I don't have the money right now. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking about not having money, that's how I got my Xbox. So I saw them drop on Best Buy, right? And I was like, shoot, I don't have the money today. I'll have the money tomorrow. And I was like, I can't wait. So I went and I purchased it through Best Buy, and it hit my bank and declined, right? But it gives you 24 hours before it retries again, and it stays as your order. So by the time it retried 24 hours later, I had the money in my account and I got my Xbox. So I was like, hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got dumb lucky, man. I managed to get it on launch day, but I had to wait not after the first wave was at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and everything was gone. But then it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I forgot which one of the homies hit me up and they're like, "Hey, they're back live on Best Buy." I was like, "What?" So I went over there, and sure enough, I was able to squeeze one in. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Wow!" But it was digital only, which I wanted anyway. But it was just one of those things where I was dumb lucky. Like even after the fact, now owning it, not realizing just how lucky I am, because I can't tell you when some of my in real life friends find out that I have one, like, "You actually have one?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get one for shit. I'm like, damn, man, my bad. I didn't realize it was that rare.
I've tried for hours to get a PS5, and then I just got pissed off. I was like, forget it. I'm never.
Dude.
I don't want one now. Like,
Look,
that's how it was with the Xbox, man.
yeah.
Oh, look. Nice.
Rod, I'm gonna hit you up on Twitter tomorrow. That thing is sold. You just sold it.
Sure. It's not opened. I didn't break the seal. I have an extra controller and an extra game for it too.
It's sold. Sold.
Yep.
Sold.
So if my brother-in-law is listening to the episode, you're SOL, man.
Too late, bro.
Snooze, you lose, man. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah, well, he kind of screwed me. I'm just like, yeah, don't worry, I'll fork it up, dude. I got you covered. Just hit me up later. Yeah, I got no money, man. I don't know if I can get it. I'm like, dude, and it's been sitting here for like 2 weeks now.
So you're getting me. I'm excited now. I'm ready to
like, hell yeah,
right now.
Yeah,
hey, if you guys don't play Fortnite, we all gotta squat up and figure it out.
I've never played Fortnite, but I downloaded just because this guy keeps bothering me. So I was like, I'll try it. So I downloaded it. I'm like, how the heck do I find a gun? Because everyone just keeps killing me. I'm like, But I wanted to ask Digital, because he just said, he was excited because he's getting a PlayStation 5 apparently. But what was that experience like when you dropped that Samsung video?
I was excited. I was excited to see what it would do. I wasn't sure what it would do, but I knew it would probably do well.
Did you know that you were one of the first people to drop a video like that?
I knew I was the first one.
Yeah. You knew you're the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew I on Facebook and bought it from a mob guy, but
what were you expecting with these buds? Because like me and Nextl were just talking about this too, like not that long ago, about how with the different price range that you could find at any single price range exactly what you're looking for, and the better in prices that you go, the quality is just incredible. Like I was just telling him, I'm like, I could never find earbuds that could actually that don't go over the ear, that could just stick in and stay. Like the second I go like this, fall out. I would change that little bud something else fall out. It just would never stay. And it wasn't until maybe a couple months ago, like 6 months ago, maybe, that all of a sudden they stayed. And I'm over here like shaking my head, like come on, fall out, and it won't fall out. Yeah, I'm looking like I have a seizure over here.
I know, right?
Mind your business. Mind your business.
No, that's what can you imagine how crazy I look when I'm doing shake tests outdoors and like people are walking by and I'm over here going with a camera too, like.
Yeah, but when you first got those digital and you had that, when you're getting the video ready, I guess, what were your expectations? Was there anything that you were just like, whoa, this is cool, or were you just like, okay, I was expecting this?
The sound quality I was pleasantly surprised with, because coming from the Buds Plus and then the Buds Live, I mean, they were completely different. And I'm like, you guys know, I'm a bass head, so I like a little thump. And when I heard them, I got excited.
Yeah.
And I was impressed by the sound quality. And then I was also a little disappointed with the level of ANC. I thought they would come a little more with the ANC. And I mean, overall, I really like them. I mean, as far as buds go with Samsung, they're my favorite buds they've ever put out. But
yeah.
And transparency mode on there is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked them. I was happy with them. I was happy I got them early. I was excited to drop the video. And then, I mean, you guys know I stayed up, I think, for 60 hours straight making more videos, trying to get those videos out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 No,
What about
sure.
you? What do you think about them?
No, man, I'm like I said, just same as him. I was very like, I had hopes for him because having tested all of them, it's just one of those things where I'm like, all right, please tell me they're going to bring it, because the other ones were very good, but it was still one of those things where like, are they worth this much? Are they worth this asking price? And usually the answer to that is no. It depends on who you are, obviously, but usually it's not. But this is one of those times where they've gotten very close. Like, this is the closest that they've ever gotten, considering the price that they're asking. This is the closest that they've ever gotten to giving you quality of that value. And yeah, one of the big changes that they made, and they definitely changed the sound signature on them for sure. It's still nicely balanced, but they went with a larger bass driver on this one, and you can tell. Like, you can really hear the difference. That's when people are like, well, I just got the Buds Live or the Buds Plus, and you're going to tell me these are better? I'm like,
yeah.
Listen, man, I'm not the one who made them. I'm just letting you know that, yes, this is definitely better than those. But, you know, I'm actually very happy with them. Like, I keep telling people that, like, you know, it's a very balanced sound, but it's a very warm sound. So it sounds really, really good. And it's very, very impressive. Same as D-Slang, the noise cancellation is good. It's just not top tier or class leading. And the ambient sound is still like one of the best on the market. So yeah, I mean, I got no complaints. They fit me really well. They fit me super snug. So no issues with that at all, man. And overall, like, the experience with them has been very good. And I've been messing around, like, using them with a Galaxy S8 for more updates and all that stuff, but it works great. Like, the gaming mode works, the Dolby works. Like, I don't know, you know, that's one of the things that I didn't talk about, like, in the initial impressions video, but using them with the Dolby enabled and then watching content that's actually Dolby enabled is probably the closest thing I've heard to the AirPods spatial audio.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really, really good. Like, it's highly impressive. So for sure, like, I'm happy about them. I'm happy that the video did very well. That was not expected. I thought it would do okay, but, you know, it's one of those things where I always expect the worst and hope for the best.
Right.
So and that's usually just kind of how I move. I usually have an expectation of, like, here's what it should be in the first hour, in the first 3 hours, in the first 24. And in the first hour, it blew away the 3 and 6 hour number. I was like, all right, we're on to something. I made a bunch of thumbnails for no damn reason, because I make a bunch of thumbnails for a video just in case I have to switch them.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I don't need those other thumbnails now.
It's better to be prepared than not. You know, I wanted you guys to kind of elaborate a little bit more on ecosystem sound right? So we talk about the spatial audio with iPhones and the iOS ecosystem, and Samsung has something very similar as well, if I'm not mistaken, because when you try it out, there's certain things that these manufacturers do with their audio and their hardware for their phones that's different from using any generic kind of headphone. So can you guys kind of tell us a little bit more about what's different, why are they doing this, and what they're able to accomplish because they're sticking with their same ecosystem?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's as far as like Samsung, the way that they kind of did it is it's what I was alluding to before, where I said that some manufacturers are locking down special features only for their devices. OnePlus is doing that. I believe Oppo is even doing that. Apple been doing that. So I'm not surprised to see it here with Samsung as well, because if you want to use gaming mode, like they have a low latency mode on the Galaxy Buds Pro, but you have to be on a Samsung device. So because when I use them with my Pixel, that thing's gone.
Yeah, sharing audio, you couldn't even share audio with the Pixel.
Yeah, you can't. So they have multi-point ability, but the multi-point is locked into Samsung devices only. Yeah. So you can have it on 2 devices, but they have to be Samsung devices. It's like it's the same thing as Apple, because Apple, the AirPods Max, AirPods Pro, they can multi-point because they multi-point with your MacBook and stuff like that, but you can't multi-point outside of Apple's ecosystem. OnePlus is another one that has they have a low latency mode, but it's locked down to only OnePlus phones. Thankfully, I have a OnePlus phone that I can test with, but it's locked down to that. They call it like Fanatic mode or something like that, and it allows you to like get a low latency mode, and it also allows you to like do like custom control options and stuff for the headphones. But it's like that, honestly though, like just on a personal level, pisses me off, because it's like, yo, if you have the stuff, if you have these features, just open them up. Yeah. But they do that. I mean, we already know why they're doing that. It's to try to lock people into their ecosystem, but it's just like, dude,
good business for them, but it screws us.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to run. Like, I happen to have an S8. The reason I have an S8 is because it's it's right here. This is I still have it because this is the phone that started my channel, and I made 120 videos with it. And it's like, to me now, it's like a member of the family. So, so I can't let it go. Like I'm worried about the battery, inflating on me at this point. But it's one of those things where like I still have it, so I just happen to have it. But I run Pixel phones normally. That's my normal Android phone of use. So, there's things just missing. There's just some features missing, and it just kind of sucks.
Do you guys have? Do both of you guys have also an iPhones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't have an iPhone at all. And I know Next Level and Digital were both trying to get me to buy a OnePlus. So I got to tell this to Digital. I was looking. I just told this to Next Level. I was looking at the Samsung S21.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know. I was highly disappointed. I like less. Huh?
You're not the only one.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, why am I gonna go from my Note 10 to whatever garbage you just spilled? I'm like, and then I told Next Level, I might.
Yeah, but you understand when we were talking to you about a new phone, like we're trying to get you to try a different like operating system. Like an iPhone or OnePlus is a little different. Right? If you're just going to get another Android, you might as well just keep your Note.
Yeah. I'd go with a Note 20 Plus or Ultra, like, because the prices are going to be down now versus the S21. Because I was looking at the S21 myself earlier, and I'm like, well, let me see kind of what they're talking about. Let's see kind of what's going on there. And then I started comparing it to like the Note 20, and I'm like, if you're going to spend this much money,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like,
spend a little more by the Fold 2.
Exactly. It's like either go one or the other, right? It's like go less and go with the previous model, because the Note 20 is dope. Like, no doubt, that's a dope phone. Yeah. And then, I mean, there's plenty of Z Folds, floating around right now. So
yeah, I was looking at those too. I'm just like, well, but then I was like, no, I'm like, I don't want to get something else without, because I am getting the OnePlus. I am gonna get the OnePlus. I still haven't figured out when, but it should be within the next month and a half, maybe at the most.
If you don't like it, I'll buy it from you.
Right, right. You were telling me that last time. I was like, okay. If I don't like it, I know I got some buyers. I think Next Level said too. He was like, I'll buy it.
I'll buy it.
So okay. So my question on the iPhone, anytime, and I think I've always been away with like, okay, let me just get these cheapo headphones and just throw them on. They sound fine. I can go running. Doesn't matter. Anytime I talk to anybody, they're like AirPods Pro. They're the best. They're hands down. There's nothing that comes close. AirPods. I'm like, can I use this on my Android? And they're like, they're like, I guess. And they're like, but just why don't you get an iPhone? I'm like, I don't want an iPhone. I'm like, so it's always been that like I've never really like went down the rabbit hole until just recently, a few months back. And I was just like, man, like the earbuds and headsets, and there's just some like a lot of companies has really stepped up their game now with a lot of different ranges and products and quality and packaging and like sound and everything. So I guess if you were to say, here's your AirPods Pro, you're the brand new ones, what would you say within because I know you people always compare price. They're like, I want something that's going to be just as good or better, cheaper.
Yeah.
What would be your list?
It's good.
Yeah.
You got the Sonys. You got the Sennheisers. You got what else? I mean, the Galaxy Buds Pro are close.
Yeah.
You know what? My Jabras are close.
Mm-hmm.
Jabra 85T, even the 75T now with the ANC update, which I actually just picked up yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, they're going for dirt cheap now. People like people are sleeping on them now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the thing about the AirPods Pro is that they're not like the best at anything in particular. Well, maybe except call quality, but overall they cover so many bases so well at such a good enough level that they can cover a wide range of users. So that's why a lot of people consider them the best. It's because they're the best for a majority of consumers.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So getting something better, it's really going to depend on what exactly you need. Most of the stuff that is subjectively better on every count is going to be more expensive. So that's the problem. So once you start going cheaper, then it's kind of like, how can I get something as close as possible to this? The options that Slang named, those are going to be your perfect choices. But this is why I always tell people, like, because I get asked a lot, like, all right, what is the best? And I'm like, bro, there is no best. You need to tell me what you need out of them. And that way I can make you a recommendation. Because what if you're the kind of person that needs earbuds for like Zoom calls, but you don't play games? Then we got options for you. But what if you do play competitive games? Now I got to find you an earbud that has a low latency mode as well. Or if all you care about is sound quality, you don't care about call quality, then a lot of things open up. Or some people who need to use their earbuds all day at work, so they need something with 8 hours or more of battery life, then there's only a few options for that person. So this is what I always try to tell people, because they'll tell me like, oh, what's best overall? I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Like you need to tell me why you need them, because everybody's use case is different. But like I said, that's why the AirPods Pro are considered quote unquote one of the best, because they cover what they do so well for so many users.
They're good at everything.
Yeah, basically.
They're not the best at everything, like you said, but they're good at everything that they're good at. Sound quality, ANC is really good. Transparency mode is good. The mics and call quality are really good. Like they just do everything well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that on other earbuds where across the board, everything just works really good.
Yeah, that's 100% true, man. Because when we test enough of them, you start realizing that every time one comes in and I'll test it out and I'm like, all right, I'm looking for the thing, because there's always going to be a thing. There's always an Achilles heel to every earbud. It could be call quality. It could be controls. It could be the fit. It could be battery life. It could be whatever. Like one of the best sounding earbuds that I ever heard, and I didn't review them because of this reason, was because they only have 2 hours worth of playback time. And easily one of the best sounding earbuds on the market. Like sound quality, they can take down almost anything up to $300, but you only get to listen to them for 2 hours at a time. That's it.
Terrible. So
yeah, dude, tell me about it. And I was like, and I tested it. Like I legit like ran test after test. Like, do I have them up too loud? Is there a setting? Is it on low latency mode? Like what is happening to this battery? The best I could pull out of them was 2 hours and 6 minutes. At
Oh.
worst, 1 hour and 41 minutes. And I'm like, oh God, you're killing me. And here's the best thing about it. They were only like $50.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it's like they were a purely like music listening experience, but everything else, they, 2 hours of battery life. Like I know plenty of people who will listen to the earbuds longer than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, but man, it's like
The original AirPods.
yeah, right. So,
how you just explained headphones is pretty much how we explain everything in tech. When people ask us anything, like what's the best laptop? Well, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
What's the best tablet? Well, what do you want to do with it? You know what I mean? So I think people are slowly starting to understand that, but no matter what we explain, it's always the same thing. What do you want to do with it? Best for what? What are you trying to accomplish? All that kind of stuff. I did want to ask you guys really quickly though. Typically year over year with technology, right? We get some of the bangers from last year that'll come down in price, or prices will change year over year. And then your playing field is like, oh, well, shoot, these ones just dropped in price. Now we're looking at things that are just coming out. How is it affecting the market? If you guys could guess, or maybe even have some insight of some of the bangers from 2020 and how they might drop in price for 2021 and what that might look like for the market.
One of them we just talked about, or I mentioned it before, but Jabra and the 75Ts, because the 85Ts are their newest and, supposedly the best. But the 75Ts from last year, Jabra, I think you mentioned this before, like Jabra shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Because the 85Ts came out with ANC, really good sound quality, a little different than the 75Ts, a little less bass. So for me, I'm going to gravitate towards the 75Ts, one, because they have a little more bass, and two, they did a firmware update and included ANC on those. And now you can get them for around $100.
Yeah.
So for $100, I mean, I would recommend those to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, it's such a good, like it was a win for consumers, 100%, because that's the only company so far that has added active noise cancellation via firmware update after a product has been released. Yeah. And that was one of the things where I was like, what, really? So I was shocked, and it worked really, really well. So that's a really good one, where the price has come down, because you can get them for dirt cheap now. There was another one. I'm trying to think of which one it was. Well, at least around Black Friday, we saw all the Sony buds going for dirt cheap compared to what they normally go for. Like the lowest I saw on those XB700s that were normally 128. The lowest I saw was like $62, right around.
I got them for 62 or 63, something like that.
Yeah, it was insane. Like $62 for some of the best. Like these things bang. Like if you just want earbuds that bang, no bells and whistles, you just want that sound quality and long battery, dude, for like $60, they were unbeatable.
Yeah.
The lowest prices, I think. What's up?
Their headphones too, the Sony headphones.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
900Ns.
Yeah.
I mean, they came down to what, 120, 130, where they were originally 240.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 240 was too high, but under 200, they're really tough to beat. And then you get down to 120, and it's just like
a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer at that point. But you'll see a lot of stuff like that right now. A lot of the last year models. One of the ones that got slept on a lot was from Clear Audio, CLEER. Their true wireless earbuds are good, but they had these headphones called the Enduro 100. And they were like, when they first came out, they're like 129 or like 139, something like that. No ANC. What their big thing was sound quality, comfort, and 100-hour playback time.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, cool. So they sent them over. I never reviewed them, but that's probably been my most highly recommended headphone. Like I've sent so many affiliate links for that headphone that it's not even funny. But it's like, dude, they're so good. Like, and they dropped to 99 all summer. And I'm like, all right, that's a steal. $100, that's number one right there. And then around Black Friday, and I haven't seen it come up from this, they dropped down to $75 to like $80, and they have not gone back up.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing? So like, if you don't need active noise cancellation, like that's the headphone to go with. And it's a previous year's model. And I know why it's come down. I can't say why it's come down, but I think it's pretty easy for people to figure out why the prices come down on something. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's awesome. So
you're gonna make me buy another pair, man.
just wait. Just wait, bro. Just wait.
All right, I'll wait. I know what you're saying. I'll wait.
They're good though, like no doubt, they're really good. But it's one of those things where, with just like with companies, they always have something else coming down the pipeline. So right now, I would definitely hold off just for now.
So we have made it into 2021, and we've hit it with the new Samsung Galaxy Buds. We've hit it with the Pandas. We're in here with 2021 with the AirPods Max Pro Plus. I don't know what their name is anymore, but what other bangers are you guys looking forward to this year? Is there anything else that you think is going to be coming out that's going to be a game changer, or that can actually compete with some of the ones that I just mentioned?
I know
Soundcore, they just dropped the Liberty Air 2 Pros, but I'm waiting. I'm hoping they come out with the.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm hoping they come out with the Liberty, or the Liberty 3 Pros, it would be.
Yeah.
Liberty 3 Pros. Because the Liberty 2 Pros are amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All they need to do with Liberty 2 Pros, and I told a lot of people this, only thing they would need to do is add ambient sound. I'm not even asking for active noise cancellation. Just add ambient sound, improve the microphones, and add ambient sound. They don't need to touch anything else.
No.
They don't need to mess with anything.
Leave the sound alone.
Yeah, just leave it how it is. Like, and I've literally, like, I've told them that, like, yo, if you're gonna do anything, don't mess with what it is, But they had a whole brouhaha with the Liberty 2 Pros, and a lot of people that had issues with them and stuff. So it's like, I can understand why they might have delayed that. Because even the Liberty Air 2 Pro that just dropped, a couple of days ago dropped, right? That was supposed to come out in November. So that's how delayed like everything is because of COVID and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised if the Liberty 3 is like,
could be the end of the year.
Maybe, yeah. It'd be cool to see it halfway through the year, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had to wait a long time. I know another one that's coming out here pretty soon is One More's putting out the Color Buds Pro, and that's going to have ANC. Yeah. So that's something that I know a lot of us are looking forward to because the Color Buds are legit. I don't know if any of you guys got to try them, but they're actually really, really good.
Back there.
The Color Buds are dope. Yeah. So really good for people with small ears too, because they're so tiny. Mm-hmm. But that was another one that I was like really excited about. That was another one that I was just thinking about, but it's skipping my mind. Damn.
I think I know which one you're talking about. There's these cool ones. Somebody just posted them out there. I think they're from Soundcore. They might have been called El Jefe, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, those were pretty dope, man. I'm still really like humbled, and it was pretty dope that they kind of did that for me.
That's badass. Do you have them there with you?
Yeah, no, I have them here. So you can see, I'm gonna see if it'll focus in on them. But yeah,
super dope.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool. And at first I thought it was a skin, but it's actually like a custom paint because you can feel the texture on like all the bumps and stuff. So, but it was pretty cool. Like they did my dude Antoine, he got a white version done with his logo, and I think there was somebody else, I can't remember who, and I know they did a custom one for Linus as well. But yeah, I mean, this is not the first time they've done this. Like they did that back in the day for like John Morrison and for a few other people. But yeah, it was still pretty surprising to have them like reach out and kind of set that up, because I was like, all right, well, you know what? Let's see how it looks. And my only issue is the fact that they're not available for sale. So it's just like, it's one of those things where it's kind of like a custom thing, but
you wouldn't have to get a cut of those.
Yeah, that's the problem. But also I think what they're going to do is, because I know that they made 5 versions for themselves. Like they have 5 copies of them. And I think like they did before, where they did these, like they ran these giveaways, and that's actually how I won. I have the Jonathan Morrison ones, the TLD ones. Mm-hmm. So I won those in that giveaway. So I'm pretty sure they're going to keep those other 5 and they're going to do giveaways with those. So that's going to be a chance for people to win. Well, obviously they have to let me know when that giveaway goes live, since it's got my freaking face on them.
Yeah.
So.
You got totally cool. With your face on it too, didn't you?
What's up?
Didn't you get some cookies with your face on it?
Oh yeah, that was from LG. Which was kind of surprising actually, because there's a funny story around LG. But yeah, no, it was kind of cool. It was the marketing agency that works for LG to work with like influencers and stuff. So they sent that over, and they had like a cookie with my face on it. It was funny because I was keeping that cookie, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep this one and see how long it'll last or whatever. And then next thing I know, like somebody in my house ate it, and I'm like, What the fuck? So, yeah, so it was one of those things where I was like, wait a minute, what happened to my cookie, man?
No way.
Man, forever.
Yeah, somebody got me. Somebody was like taking this fool out.
Man.
What about you, Digital? What are you looking for this year for 2021 with headsets, earbuds, headphones?
Oh man, like I said, the sound cores for sure. And I am interested. I'm hoping Apple does something with the sports version of their headphones.
Mm.
I'm hoping because they're good, right? But they are overpriced. I want to see something a little more affordable for everybody. They're a good pair of headphones, but they're overpriced, and now we all know the problems they have. So I'd like to see a sport version, maybe in some cool colors. Just something to compete more along the lines with the Sony, like the XM4s that I'm wearing at that price range.
Mhm.
I'd like to see that. As far as excited about something, I don't know. I'm excited about earbuds in general because what we have available for us right now for cheap, for like 50, 60 bucks. It wasn't like this 2 years ago.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm excited just to be reviewing this stuff because it's becoming a really bad habit, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see what it's like, man. I got earbuds coming out like everywhere right now, so it's pretty wild. I'm actually at this point, it's like I'm starting to get spooked because some of them I've had for like over a year, and I'm like, those are batteries. So I'm starting to think of like I got to start thinking about safe disposal and like things like that, because it's like you get worried. Like when I was like I moved in November, and when I was cleaning up a lot of stuff, I found a couple of old earbuds like from way back, but the batteries had expanded in the box that I was keeping them in.
Oh man.
So I was like, dude, if that would have caught fire, would have been all bad. So stuff like, yeah. So it's like, it can become a problem very quick, man. So you gotta make sure, like, and I see why our friend Gameski, why he's constantly selling stuff, is because so much comes in that he's making sure that stuff is going out as well, because it takes up too much room.
Yeah. His deals are incredible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you guys don't follow GameSki, make sure you guys follow him on Twitter, turn on notifications, because he usually posts like early. Like for me, it's early morning. Like for me, it's like at 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast. But like he sold a set of $400 pandas for $200.
Yeah.
I
bought his iPad Air.
He bought that iPad Air. Yeah.
Yeah.
He put a Xbox, the Xbox for like the Series S or Series X for like $400.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So make sure if you guys don't follow him because he drops deals like
all the time
on our side. Yeah.
Him and Jonathan Morrison.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another one. Yeah.
What I normally do anytime I get products, the first thing I tell everybody in the beginning of my videos, if you're interested in anything that I got, because I normally get a couple, I'm like, just shoot me an email. I'll hook you guys up. Whatever price you see out there, I'm going to cut it big time.
Yeah.
And most of the time I keep product moving. Sometimes I don't say anything. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to hang on a couple of these and do just some random giveaways just to hook some people up. And, I like same thing. I try to help people out. I'm going to make sure I'm following him. So that way, when I do see him, I'm going to drop his video somewhere else and be like, hey guys, look, bunch of giveaways that you guys could get. Make sure you guys are following people. Cause there's so much information out there. You can learn from everybody.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, cool. Thanks guys for coming onto the show. Time flies. I just looked, I'm just like, man, like 55 minutes.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes, dude.
How it goes. A lot of good information, but I wanted to say thanks for coming. So real quick, before we go, we'll do a round table here. We'll start with digital, then we'll go to a Jefe, next level. So if you guys could just say your goodbyes, where we can find you, how we can find you, where we could find some good deals. If you just want to say, make sure you watch this new TV show, whatever you want to say, go for it. Digital Slang, kick us off, man.
Well, first off, I appreciate you guys for having me on. El Jefe too, always a pleasure. And next level, I gotta say thank you to you for the hookup this week. I did get some merch from Next Level. So I appreciate that. And you can find me, Digital Slang, on YouTube and digital_slang on Twitter. And that's it, man. Love tech. Love talking about tech. Any kind of tech, but reviewing earbuds, headphones, all the fun stuff. Every now and then I'll throw a cell phone in there, but a lot of accessory stuff too on YouTube. That's it, man. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be chilling, talking to other people that love tech, man.
Yeah, man. 100%, man. And I'm the same way. So I appreciate being here, appreciate the conversation. Rohas hit me up and was like, hey, you guys, you want to come through? I'm like, say less. Be there, man. So, we said it last time, when we want to do it again, just let me know. And I'm always down, man. And if anybody's looking for me, it's El Jefe Reviews, YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook, same name, El Jefe Reviews with a J, not a H. Aside from that, man, I mean, for people that are looking for good deals, you better check that Amazon open box warehouse. You can find some incredible stuff in there too. So, but aside from that, man, just thanks for having me on again, man.
It's crazy. It's super informative. It's super fun when we can actually sit back and kick it with other creators. We have so many different conversations. Where Rohas and I started to where we are today is absolutely insane. And I'm not talking about viewers. I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm talking about connections and experiences. And what the best part is we've created a whole other platform where we can share the experiences that we have with Digital Slang, El Jefe, with Omni Labs and all these other companies that are actually hitting us up and telling us about their actual products. So we get both sides. We get what the end user gets, what the customer gets, what the reviewer gets, what they look for, and we get what the company's expectations are for their products when they release them. So it's super exciting what we're going to be accomplishing in regards to experiences for this year. Wherever you guys are listening to us or watching us, if you're listening to us on the podcast or if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you guys drop that comment and a review. It definitely helps anybody out there who is going to be enjoying the content just like you guys to find us on these platforms. We always have to encourage these algorithms because they work the same way. You gotta drop those reviews and comments so that other people like you can find them. So thanks again for Digital and El Jefe for joining us on this podcast. I'm super excited for what you guys are going to be dropping this year, definitely, and for the connections and everything that Rohas and I are going to be experiencing. So thanks again, guys. Super excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thanks one more time, guys. It's been awesome. It's been fun. We constantly get people asking us like, man, like how do we find the best of whatever it is? And the most common, the common thing, not just what I'm saying, Next Level saying, Jefe was saying this, so was Digital Slang, is what are you looking for? So what I will ask every single listener out there, if you do leave us a comment and say, hey, what is the best earbuds? Don't stop the sentence right there. Finish your sentence. What are the best earbuds for talking? What are the best earbuds for life battery? What are the best earbuds for? So that way we at least know a little bit of content of what you're looking for. We might ask a follow-up question, but at least give us a little bit so that way we can help out. But again, it's been awesome, and beyond the streams is just, it's literally going beyond of YouTube and everything. So I'm really happy to have you guys. And then maybe months down the road, we'll bring you guys back and be like, okay, 6 months later, anything good happen with the audio?
Man. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Always down, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man. So, everybody out there that's listening, make sure you guys are watching each other and helping each other. And with all that being said, we are out. Peace.
Peace.